That's the country we live in. Always been like this, drunk on Kool-Aid? No. Consumption junkies? So this is important. So I'll be in Vienna protesting the cover-up of Fukushima, the 2020 Olympics, leukemia games, the SMR, which is nothing but a little weapon of mass destruction, the 8/8 nuclear disaster in Russia that's being covered up. You know, I'll get back to more of that. I'll talk more about that. We've had nothing come out of that since August. We've had nothing come out in nearly a month on that now. You know, this is the way they can circle the wagons. You don't believe that? What's Fukushima? I just told the economic sociologist here. I says, well, you should understand then, if you're an economic sociologist, then environmental sociologists, explain to me the cover-up of Fukushima. She wouldn't even talk to me. These are the people they glaze over, and they just get this shit-eating grin on their face. They're pathetic. And we're paying as a student. In a classroom, you should be asking these. I used to give students, I'll give you an extra grade if you'll argue with me. Bring it up. Bring it up. How many of you students on this campus have ever been brought up Fukushima to a biologist, to a freaking science teacher? I bring it up to them all. What do you think, it didn't happen? Let's play pretend? You know, I'm asking her, she's got this Bear River Murray. I says, you know how dry the Great Salt Lake is? I says, you know the Bear River, you're talking about the bird refuge up there. And I says, yeah, you know my uncle. Oh, well, who was that? Like she's going to get snippy and cut me. I says, oh, his name was Jack Allen. That's my uncle. By the way, he was one of the Little Rascals. He was an actor when he was young. Yeah, that's him with the bow tie. That's him. That's my uncle. I grew up out there on that refuge. Oh, that had to be after the flood. Before the flood. No, before and during. I says, you realize how late? And then I says, you realize this county commissioner, you guys on this campus, gave the presidential award who drained off the marsh, the resting place? And this is the university? Then I start talking about New Skill. She just glazed her. I says, well, you're an environmental sociologist. Why are we not talking about the Fukushima disaster? You're a sociologist. You should be diving into this. She just grins at me. I says, I taught this at this university for a long time when we were number one. We were number one in the country via the testing. Who did we beat? Wharton. Trump School. We were Hamiltonians just like they were. Just like NYU used to be. It was Weber State number one, Wharton 2, Harvard 3, in that order freaking every year for a long time. Now they don't even top 200. But these kids just, and this is how these guys just grin like, oh, Fukushima, that's sci-fi. No, just the greatest ecological catastrophe in human history. 3 full blown out meltdowns. Why do you think we're so bleeping afraid of meltdowns? Rightfully so. So you're telling me that you're not afraid of a nuclear meltdown, okay? I want everybody in the world. Nuclear meltdowns are nothing. Apparently not. Why we spend all these billions and trillions to freaking protect reactors from so-called terrorists, to protect reactors? Why do we build those great big freaking cement rings around all of them? To protect them from meltdowns. We spend billions and trillions of Googles of dollars to protect from meltdowns. Well, I got news for you. Lake Barrett to Leslie Stahl, who I know Lake Barrett personally. Well, where is it? Well, there's the Pacific Ocean right there. Well, how are we going to... We don't even know what it is. Which Kevin Blanch, I named it in Fuktonium. I will quote Lake Barrett to Mark, his landscape guy. He's the maintenance guy. That sunflower that's in my yard, Mark made that for me in Lake Barrett's yard. I got Kevin Blanch on the phone. Lake. Oh, hi, Kevin. This is 2013. How's it going, Lake? So... Like Kevin Blanch says, these are 3 full-blown out meltdowns of spent fuels blown to smithereens, and the world's just covering it up. The government's, and it's classified, just covering it up. Lake Barrett. Well, Kevin Blanch is exactly right. Well, that's not what you said on TV, Lake. What are we supposed to tell him? Lake Barrett's now saying exactly what I said in the first hour. Now on 60 Minutes, took him 2,900 days to say. Never happened before. Hottest substance to man. So you mean to tell me, all you professors, all you derelicts, all you idiots that are out there, all this going on, so there's nothing. There's no byproduct to nuclear meltdown. We know for a fact there are 3 of them at least. Not to mention 1, 2, 3, 4 spent fuels blown to smithereens all over. They crashed Radnet. What's that? Took the dishes down. So you're telling me, this is the narrative. Scientists are mystified, they're puzzled, they're staffed, they're perplexed, starving freaking orcas, tide pools dead at your feet, and that's their answer. Blob, warm water, perplexed, baffled, stumped. That's not science. In fact, that's the opposite of science. How can you call yourself an environmental sociologist? How can you call yourself an environmental? How can you call yourself a professor? You should, I mean, it's disgusting. You're not. How can you call yourself any kind of social scientist or any kind of freaking PhD or any kind? You can't. You can't. You're a fraud. You're all fraud over the whole country. Frauds, 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 frauds. What I do, first you hypothesize knowledge, then you do the work, then you have to freaking defend the work. That's what I've done. You're telling me the 3 full blown out meltdowns, there's no byproduct of that. Okay, okay. Meltdowns aren't nothing. Apparently not. Right in 60 minutes, they tell you. So hot that the robots can't touch it. It's going into the ocean, boiling the ocean over and over. It's going into the ocean, which I name Fuktonium. Oh, it's just a coincidence. Record returns on the salmon up until Fukushima happened. And they epically collapsed 90%. It's just a coincidence. Totally healthy tide pools, totally acutely collapsed. Supposed to be deader than hell. 99% collapse. That's all coincidence. The warming blob, all coincidence. Acute, 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 not gradual. We had record returns on the Columbia River in 2015. You know, we're down under 300,000 from 1.4 million in 4 years. Same with the steelhead salmon. We're sitting at 60,000 from 416,000. All acute. That's coincidence. Well, in science, coincident, don't get it. Science, you have to freaking do the field work, which I've done. My hypothesis is going to pour into the ocean, it's going to create a heat source, it's going to freaking cause fires, it's going to cause drought, which it did, Fuktonium fires, it's going to cause an epic acute bubble over the western United States, it's going to burn forest fires, it's going to collapse tide pools, it's going to collapse ocean life, it's going to cause cancer. That was my hypothesis in the early days. Did it happen? I want to ask you out there, did it happen? Did it happen? You do the field work to prove your hypothesis. I mean, I walked the coast of freaking California dying of leukemia. I was given 2 months later, too sick for a bone marrow transplant. Go talk to my doctor, Vincent Hansen, right there in McKay-D. Go ask him. Finbo Peterson, go ask him. LDSC state bone marrow transplant. These are 2 of the most famous oncologists. That's another reason I want to go to Copenhagen. Because that's where he's from. And the oncology department there that saved my life, the Danish philosophy, I get to go in there and speak. The place means a lot to me. My bloodlines go there, but them are the people that saved my life. If it wasn't for Danish medicine, I'd be dead. You know, the Austrians fight back. You know, they're the most anti-nuclear people in the world. There's the UNs right there. It's quite a dichotomy. So you're telling me, Fukushima, what? I mean, it's Belushi on Balco. It's insanity. It's sad, it's what it is. Go get your merit badge. How's our camera doing? Where's your crown? Where's your crown? There's the best athlete on the campus, by the way. National mascot, tumbling champion, 3 consecutive years. He's a gem. By the way, we were played great down there at Nevada. It was a tough, hard fought, but, you know, they know what they're doing. You know, he played the freshman quarterback. These games don't matter because it isn't about polls in the FBS. Weber plays a real tournament. I know what Jay's up to. He's getting them ready for late in the season. They played great. They looked great. You know, they played Nevada. That tough. I mean, that Mount West teams, I mean, physical brand of football. But Weber doesn't need to win these games. No, they need to get ready for when they play games, when conference play starts, they need to win. When the tournament gets in, they need, because it's a real tournament. It's not, here's University of Utah, ranked 11th. Let's see, they play Idaho State. I think Weber beat them by 30 last year. I mean, they played Northern Illinois and was down 17-10 most of the game, barely won the game. They played BYU. BYU's played good, but they're ranked 11th. Watch at the end of the year where they're ranked. Won't be 11th. Same old thing. I mean, this is the fraud of being, everything's captured. Sports captured, academia's captured. That's why I got so thrilled at this yesterday, seeing these guys, these players rally around him. The average NFL career is only 2 years. What a brutal sport. It ain't like baseball, billionaire. I used to love baseball. I can't even watch it. I can't even listen to it. It makes me sick. The money exploitation is disgusting of the fan. You know, Foxconn News rolls in, buys the freak of baseball contract to not shout baseball. You know, the beautiful sport. Well, I mean, remember the sweet science, boxing, amateur boxing? I used to love it with the big headgear on thing, you know, gone. You know, anything that's beautiful and thinking. I mean, you don't think boxing's thinking, you don't know anything. You don't know nothing. They'd gutted it. They've taken it all away. Now you're going to go watch this. What's the boxing you guys watch now? Girls and boys practically kill each other. Kicking, biting, fighting, screaming. I mean, I can't watch it. It's disturbing to me. I mean, you're just feeding on this. So let's go bomb a country for no reason. We already did that. Look what we did to Iraq. Iraq didn't do anything. Saddam Hussein as well. They didn't do anything to us. Nothing. Not one Iraqi ever hurt a hair on American's head. They have no weapons. Colin Powell gets off the hook, stands in front of the UN, in New York, by the way, not in Vienna, and lies his ass on. By the way, I got some femen, I got some really good activists showing up in Vienna with me. It'll be fantastic. So I land in Munich, the greatest anti-nuclear activists probably in Europe. Besides, well, they're fantastic in Munich. It's a great So I'll take the train either north to Denmark for a few days or right to Vienna. We'll see. But I'll be in Vienna when it matters with the other activists. I'll do my work at the Blanch box I have at the UN. Thank you to everybody's support of this historic work. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be exciting. I mean, it took a big fight in the name of Freedom Eisenblau, who died 88. I was at her house on the 200th anniversary of Waterloo. Wow, what a story. What a person. You don't think one person can make a difference? She shut down that reactor on her own. I'll go in the reactor this time. I'll shoot videos in there. It's a bar. It's a reactor that was never fueled. The Austrians start teaching anti-nuclear energy, anti-nuclear bomb, and they'll tell you it took us 1,200 years of bloods up to our knees to learn to get along. But they're so anti-nuclear, they recycle everything. The recycle capital of the world have been for well over 100 years. I mean, street sweepers are held in regard like athletes are around here. They're really looked up to. People, I mean, I get respect over there. I'm highly respected over there. Not here, I'm spit at. Now we fight on. In the name of Ernie Davis. That's a good movie, by the way. In the name of Rachel Carson. I hope this Quisenberry can talk about these people that have passed. So many have died. You know, I see Merrill Hodge came out and made some statements here a while back this year, talking about his going off on Roundup. It's not just Monsanto, those scumbag, dirtbag, weasels, rip-off, murdering thieves. Bayer? Yeah. Where's the antitrust lawsuits there? Obama, Trump, which are identical twins. Bush, Trump, Obama, 20 years of the war machine, the trilogy. They're triplets. They're identical triplets. Absolute identical. But I will give it to Trump. I mean, he did not bomb them yet. He got rid of Bolton. You know, but, I mean, I bet it's still trying to figure out this guy. He's tough to figure out. You know, he'll speak tariffs, but he doesn't use tariffs. He uses tariffs, and I'm a pro-tariff guy. It should be tariffs on any, just not even an economic. I will quote Alexander Hamilton. Before the Bill of Rights came the Tariff Act to incentivize buying homemade goods and to pay off the wartime debt. Sounds pretty logical to me. But we have perpetual wartime. I want you to look up the debt when 9/11 happened, when Bush stole the election. Look it up. Look up the military budget then. Look at the defense contractors' budget then. Look at it now. Look at the state of this country in the last 20 years. Oh, it's all good. Oh, we've inflated our way out. No inflation. Yeah, all they did was take food packaging and cut the food packaging in half and leave the price the same. Oh, that's 100% inflation. I mean, figures don't lie, liars figure. You know, stock market's raised up, everything's bubbled. Look at the housing crisis in this freaking country because of the Ayn Rand Greenspan 0% interest rate for 20 years. It's all in symphony. The war machine's the only place that gets any money. You ever look at people? Look at people. How much you know? Shit. I remember. God. I'll be 60 this year. Seems like yesterday. I mean, people were so good looking in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. They were so environmentally conscious. They gave a shit. What happened to us now? You got professors like this just grinning. I'm a sociologist. Oh, really? Where's my Bear River bird refuge? Bird refuge is destroyed. There's no water out there. What? Have you even been out there? There is no marsh. There is, I mean, Go out to the Great Marsh. I mean, I shot videos out there. Farmington Bay's empty. There is no Farmington Bay. I live on the marsh. I live on it. I grew up. I was born and raised on the edge of that lake. Try me. It's gone. There ain't no birds. They're gone. Gone. Over. Not good. Happened. Could happen. Might happen. Happened. Fukushima happened. The greatest ecological catastrophe in human. You're still waiting for the main event. Happened. It's unbelievable. But no, meltdowns don't mean nothing. We're so afraid of nuclear meltdowns. We spend billions, and rightfully so. Oh, radiation doesn't kill you. Who are you, Madame Curie? The whole campus? The whole world? We got a whole country of Madame Curie? You know, what about the people that have died from this disease? That's who I fight for. They're dead. How can they fight? Kevin, I always use those songs. Where'd you sleep last night? Don't you lie to me. I slept in the dead pines with the sun from Fukushima. Don't you lie to me. That goes back to the sharecroppers, which has been longest trained, been redone my own time. Lead Belly's guitar, Kurt Cobain's guitar, Nature is a Whore, you know, Kevin Blanch's freaking soup can. That is not, Lead Belly did not bring that back. He brought some of it back, but that goes way back. That's sharecroppers. Negro anthem, 1867. Two very real young couple, sharecroppers, black couple. Here comes the Klan to the front door of their house. Take the baby and run out the back door. Run out the back door. Take the baby and run out the back door. She does. She sleeps in the big, beautiful Georgia pines. Higher than the Georgia pines, I am. She comes back the next day. The old man, the elder. She goes right to him. He'll know everything. He knows everything. Where'd you sleep, girl? Don't you lie to me. Where'd you sleep? In the pines where the sun it always shine. Where did you sleep last night? Oh, let's get that guitar out. Where's he at? Don't know. All we found was his head. His head? Yeah, they took him. Where's the baby? Don't know. Probably sold it to some Europeans. They laid him on the railroad tracks. The train sawed off his head. We found the head up in the wheel of the train. Never found the body. That's a very real story. That song was really, got run over by a damned old train. You know, the longest train. It's the same narrative. It's been redone over and over and over. Lead Belly comes back in the pines where the sun had always. Cobain's very best. Cobain's very best when he's out of it. He's in that mohair jacket, MTV Live. Look it up. He does it. That original song was called Black Girl. He redoes Lead Belly's great piece, In the Pines. He makes fun of it. He laughs and says, so-and-so wants to sell me Lead Belly's guitar for $500,000. Well, Courtney Love right now is trying to sell his, Kurt Cobain's. Same old theme. 1914, 1950, 1992, same old theme. On chemo. Same old Samo. What's that? Warhol on alcohol. Kevin Blanch, the 33rd soup can. Cancer inmate number 137. Stay down, Luke. Stay down, Luke. The former artist, Blanch. The former professor. The former plaster. The butcher. The baker. The candlestick. And cancer inmate number 1. You don't think that changed my life when a doctor looks you right in the eyes, toe to toe, face to face, on a Friday night when you're perfectly good health, you're 51 years old, I was a beast. I got a stomach ache. You'll be dead by Christmas. This is in October. Next doctor in, you'll be dead within 6 weeks. You don't think that changes your world? Into a bone marrow transplant center, sucked up to 119 pounds, going in and out of a coma, blisters in your mouth, on your tongue, no pigment in your eyes, struggling to where they can't even treat you, kicked off Medicaid, no money, busted. Weber State could have covered my freaking bill. They didn't. 1.8 million. I was a millionaire. Watch my 33,000 shares of Tesla stock be diluted, gone. Kevin Blanch, the retreaded beatnik. Do you know what beatnik is? Google beatnik. What's the beat part of it? Beat down. Kerouac on Balco. Ginsburg on chemo. Vonnegut on freaking heroin. I'm not on heroin. I don't do drugs. The only drug I've been on is chemo. I can't even drink anymore. You know, I guess I'm like Trump, self-righteous. I mean, they called the cops on me on 25th Street for asking for a glass of water on 95 degrees while I'm fighting for my life full of leukemia. Split me open, pour me out. There's things inside the screen. They I mean, open heart surgery. Had to have mercy. Thank God it was a student of mine. Dr. Blanch, you're the best student. What's that? I says, I'm in heart failure. A guy named Michael Hawkins at Ogden Regional Hospital told me to go see my dentist. I says, no, it's my heart. The nurse was in there. She says, no, I'm one of Kevin's old nurses from LDS State. He's a leukemia survivor. They don't care. Kill him. That's what they do to us as activists here in the United States. They starve us out till we kill ourselves. You know how many freaking activists in the Million Mass March, which turned into Black Lives, which turned into all these other... You know how many of them that... I'm one of the original ones that started, including Sarah. You know how many of them are dead? Do you know how many of them are dead? Most all of them. They slander us all over the United... Our own government hires PR firms to slander us. The universities turn back. Ha ha, I'm a sociologist, environmentalist. Ha, that's Fukushima. It's a club. It's disgusting. It makes me want to puke. They starve us out. They slander us. They do everything that dirty trick in the world to freaking try till we kill ourselves. Well, I'm not killing myself. I'm not freaking, Lauren Scott, who I grew up with right here at this university. Who's that? Mick Jagger's girlfriend? Where'd you sleep last night? Shot through the heart in Central Park. Heartbreaker! Heartbreaker! Break my heart. Split me open, pour me out. Led Bailey's guitar, Cobain's guitar, in the pines, in the pines. I slept in the dead pines on the cliffs of Gorda, walking the coast of California, trying to prove to you fainting ghosts that it killed the pines. Fukushima, the greatest, hottest source in it. It caused the plutonium fires all through California. It's killed millions and millions and millions, and you're all in denial. Well, let me tell you something. It kills professors, too. Several of them have died on this campus. It kills freaking pro-nuclear PR firms, too. It kills billionaires. That's Paul Allen. Nuclear karma, cancer karma. Where did you sleep last night? In the dead pines, in the dead pines. Where the three suns from Fukushima, they always shine. Plutonium is fucktonium fires, a country of deniers. Plutonium fires, plutonium, a country of deniers, of liars. Liars figures don't lie, liars figure. The great Dr. Cooley died of mad cow. Bruce Hanley just